Hi, it's Jessie, your Cool Rich Aunt, and today I'm here to help you with your Perkins loan, how to get your Perkins loan canceled, forgiven, discharged, whatever you want to say, so that you don't have to pay. So there's a ton of people who can qualify for this. There's a lot of information, so I want to dive right into it. First thing is, what is a Perkins loan and how do you know if you have one? A Perkins loan is a need-based loan that was given out by the federal government, so it is a federal loan. The program started in 1957 and ended in 2017, with the last disbursements ending in 2018. So basically, if you were in school from any time from 1957 to 2018, you may have a Perkins loan. Second thing is, this was need-based, like I mentioned. So not everybody would have these. These were for children of single-parent homes, for parents that had maybe a lower income, people who didn't have parents. If you had that financial need, then it is likely a part of your financial aid package that you received when you first started school. You would have filled out your financial information on your FAFSA, and then they would have determined how much of your expected family contribution was. If you didn't have a lot of family or you didn't have a lot of money in the family, you might have a Perkins student loan. There were caps on the program, so this isn't probably going to be all of your loans, just a section. The max amount for undergrads was $27,500, and for grad students it was $60,000. So you likely have other loans outside of this because school's so freaking expensive. But this would be a little bit of your loan. What people ask me all the time is, how do I know if I have a Perkins loan? Where would I see that? How do I know that? The way that you're going to find that out is by calling your school, because they were serviced separately than your normal student loans. They're provided by the school, even though they're a federal loan. So you can contact your school. You can go on studentaid.gov and you'll be able to see all of your federal student loans. Or if you just notice that you have some weird random bill coming in the mail that comes separately than all the rest of your student loans, that's probably your Perkins loan. So you can contact them too. Easiest way is to just go onto studentaid.gov and log in, check out all of your student loans on there. So next thing is, who qualifies for Perkins loan cancellation? First major group are teachers. There's so many different teachers that qualify for this. If you have a Perkins loan, then definitely, and you're a teacher, listen up, because there are so many different ways to qualify. I mentioned before that if you work for a low-income school, then you could qualify, but there are other ways as well. You can get 100% of your Perkins loan canceled if you work full-time as a teacher in an elementary or secondary school serving low-income families, or if you're a teacher of special education, including infants, children, toddlers, or youth with disability, or if you're a teacher in the field of math, science, bilingual education, or a foreign language. Any field of expertise that the state agency is deeming as a need because of a shortage of teachers. To qualify for that cancellation, it's based on your duties and not your job title. So just because your job title is not teacher, that doesn't mean you don't necessarily qualify. If you are employed directly by the school, that is a must, and you have a job with the duties that I just described, then check into it. You could qualify for Perkins loan cancellation. And not only do you qualify for the cancellation, if you're doing one of those duties as a teacher, you also qualify for deferment during the time that you're doing those duties. So in the meantime, while you're waiting for the cancellation, you don't need to make your payments as well. You must apply for that. It is not automatic. This is for more than just actual teachers. For this program, librarians qualify as teachers, guidance counselors count as teachers. Anybody who provides direct services for elementary or secondary school students qualify as teachers. You actually don't need a license or certification for being a teacher. Your school system just needs to deem you a full-time professional. You don't get all of the loans canceled at once. You get a portion canceled for each academic year that you are a teacher for full-time. Also, anybody providing services to the special education kids at a elementary or secondary school would also qualify for this teacher cancellation. That includes speech therapists, occupational therapists, recreational therapy. Now, for those titles, you do have to be licensed to get this cancellation, that you are a licensed speech therapist or a licensed physical therapist. But if you provide those services to those kids, then you qualify. In order to get 100% cancellation, you would have to work for 5 years total. So it's a graduating scale, getting 15% the first 2 years, and then 30% the next 2 years, and then finally 30% on the 5th year of cancellation. So after 5 years, you would have 100% of your loans canceled. There are several other jobs and volunteer services that qualify for Perkins loan cancellation. If you are an early childhood education provider, if you are an employee at a child family services agency, if you are a faculty member at a tribal college or university, if you're a firefighter, a law enforcement officer, if you are a librarian with a master's degree at a Title I school, if you are in the military, if you are a nurse or a medical technician, if you are a professional provider of early intervention services, if you are a public defender, if you're a speech pathologist with a master's at a Title I school, or if you volunteer with Peace Corps, Vista, or AmeriCorps. Also, if you're in the military and you have a service-related disability, or if you become disabled in general, even if you're not in the military and you're determined totally and permanently disabled by a physician or the Social Security Administration, then you would qualify for Perkins loan discharge. You also qualify for Perkins loan cancellation if you are a full-time staff member in the education component of an early childhood care program ran by the state, like Head Start or a pre-K, as long as it's state affiliated. Most all of the titles and careers that I've mentioned, you're eligible for 100% cancellation after 5 years. So again, it's a graduating scale. The only one that is not eligible for 100% cancellation is the volunteer services. So you would just have to do up to 4 years of service to get up to 70% discharged. Again, that's also on a sliding scale. So you'd get a percentage discharge for each year that you did your service. So that is everybody who qualifies for Perkins loan cancellation. I'm going to put a list right here so you can pause and take a look one more time just to see if you are on that list. If you are, check it out. Go and see if you have a Perkins loans or a Perkins loan, because you can definitely get it canceled if you have one of these careers and you have a Perkins loan. If you watch this video and you find out you do qualify, the way to get the forgiveness is to contact your school. They will have the forms needed or the website that you need to go to in order to actually apply for that forgiveness. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to get more information about student loans weekly.